methods or functions, normal you can call also function, and constructors. Class is a collection of variable, methods, and constructor. We all know variables and methods, but we don't know about the constructor. So what is constructor? So let's start from the beginning. So to write a class, we have to first write a class keyword starting from small c l a double s class, and after it this is the name of the class. Here we have named our class persons. You can name it anything which you want according to your requirement. You can name it a student, you can name it team, you can create a class of laptops, you can create a cars class, vehicle class, bike class, anything. Yes, employees class and owners class, Mercedes S class, C class, anything you can create with class here. And you can see here we have two things which are static final. So we have already covered the final and const, but we don't know what is the static. We will cover this in a moment. First, we will come here in the objects variable. This is the variable of object of this class. So to create a class, we simply write class keyword, and the name of the class should be always start from capital letter. We here use capital letter for the name of the class. Suppose we are writing here persons of Delhi. So this is how I write. Persons P should be capital, O of should be capital, D of Delhi should be capital. So this is the naming convention how we write a name of a class. And here these are the simple variables which you can also create: string name, int age, string gender. But I have created these things, but I have not assigned any value. Okay, I have initialized these three, but not assigned any value. And we have a method. Simple void method. This does not return anything. Name of the function is person details. Does not take anything and just writes answer. Just prints this thing. Hi, name, age, and gender. Okay. And now it's time for understanding the constructor. So what is the constructor? Basically, here you can see we have an unnamed constructor of a class. So to create a constructor, we have to write the same name which we have defined the class. We use this same keyword here, and after that we use normal brackets. Inside these brackets, we can specify these things or anything which we want to take while creating this class. Okay, I will also show you an simple example of a class before jumping on the constructor. So class, writing here class, simple class, this thing, And inside this class, I am defining some variables and methods. As I already said, class is collection, a collection, basically a group, एक समूह मान सकते हो, है ना? जैसे तुम पांच लोग मिलके एक समूह बना लेते हो ना, वैसे ये भी एक समूह है. This is a collection of variable, method and constructor. So here we are going to define some variables and methods. So we are defining here final string about this class and equal to this is a very simple class. So why we have used here final? Because we are not going to change this thing. That's why we have defined it with the final. We can also make it const. Okay, but it's not shown. Basically, creating a const variable requires a static. We will cover the static const in later tutorials. For now, you just simply can think of final. I have already, I think, shown you why should we use final. Suppose I have already defined this final string type of variable this is, and the name of the variable is about this class. And if I do again want to edit something about this class equal to, this is not a simple class. So you can see here, this is showing an error. The variable must be declared using keyword const or final type. So what is this saying? The name ye already defined. Try renaming other declaration. So we have defined it with the final variable. So we can't change any final variable. Or same with the const. We can't change the final and const variable after initialization. So we can't do this. So we will simply remove. This is the thing in our class about this class. And here I want to create a method which is not a void, which is a string. String and name of the function should be get detail about this class, and it will simply return about this class. And this about this class, which is this is very simple class, and along with this line it will also return this is also a sample This is also a sample of class. Okay. So now if I want to create void main, now you can see that a class. So how we can use this collection of class? So to create a method, to, to create a object of this class or a variable of this class, we can use simple class. First of all, how we define a string? Basically, we write string name of string, then equal to, and here string. So this pattern will be followed same here. We will first write sample class, sample class one equal to sample class. This is how we create. This is basically a constructor. As you can see here, the same name of the class has been used, same name, but we have defined this class constructor. Basically, this is a default constructor. This is always present with every class. This is the default thing. We can modify this default constructor. And now, as this is a method, basically this is a function, but it is inside a class. That's why we call it method. So this is a method. Why and what is the difference between? First of all, it is inside a class. Then this is known as method, and this method can only be used upon this thing, any variable of this class. Okay, only on the variable of this class can use this method. So if I want to use this method about this class, get detail about this class, so I can use it sample class one dot, and you can see here putting the dot. I can also access this variable about this class, and here you can also see get details about this class. I can access both of the things using dot. So this is how we access the variables and methods of a class. So if I write this, so basically if I run this, nothing will be changed, nothing will be seen on the console. You can see done exited with 0. Everything has been run, but nothing has been printed. Basically because this is returning a string, we can directly uh, put it inside a print statement, or we can create a final string. Why string? Because you can cursor hover your cursor here, and you will see this is returning a string type variable. So this string can be assigned to a string value. A string details simple class equal to this. and later we can also print details about sample class. And if I run this, you can see this is a very simple class. This is also a sample of a class. So this is how we can create a class and can use these variables and methods using a object. This is how we can instantiate. Spelling गलत है. Instantiate an object of class, or simply we can say this is how we can create a variable of a certain class. This is pretty much similar with this. You can also use, I think we can also, here I can put one because we have already defined the same. And here I can use the string constructor. Basically, if you see here, if we go here, you can see this is also a class string. Okay, I think we can use here string constructor. Actually, we can't use here string constructor because it is an abstract type of class. So basically, we can't use abstract classes directly. If you do this in the list, names list name list equal to list, you can see this is deprecated. Deprecated means it was earlier used but not used this time. You can see here this is how we can use fixed length list. If I specify here 3, but we can use it with the set name set equal to set. You can see here we have created a set with the set constructor. We can also create this by the curly braces which we have discussed earlier. You can see here this is list a set of type dynamic. This is also set of type dynamic. And if we go here, this is also abstract class what we are using here. So there may be some other issue with the string. So I'm taking my words back. We can use this abstract class as a constructor, but there may be certain things. There are so many advanced concepts which can be used to create the constructors. There are some specific things, factory constructors and other things, which we don't discuss basically because these are not the thing which we use in our regular life of programming. Basically, to get the idea of constructor, I'm showing this. We can use both the things to create an object of this. So basically, we can use this thing, and in the normal way, because we can't use this thing in our or anything which we can't use. So to create an object of class, we simply use constructor, and constructor can be. So now let's move on to the constructor. First of all, is everyone clear with the constructor part and the class is an object? Is there anyone who has any question regarding this? Anyone another having any question?
Here is predefined. Already it is constructed here. So if we want, we can or we can't. It is depending upon us. It is the default constructor. So if I want here, I can also write here simple class this and here. This is the default constructor. Okay. So if I just don't write it here, it is already written here. That's why we call it default constructor. Now let's understand some more things. You can see here, this is the default constructor, same name, and this is the name constructor. How we write a name constructor? Person dot name of our constructor which we want to use. And you can see here, I have just written three things here, but I don't have initialized these things. So I can define these things inside this constructor. You can see here, this means the variable of this class. This class. So this class name, this class dot age, this class gender. And as I have defined these three things inside a constructor, while writing here, you can see here, I'm creating a person one of person class. So I have written here the constructor. And inside the constructor, we have to define these three things because we have just done this in the default constructor. That's why it is required to write things here. If I remove this thing from here, you can see three positional arguments accepted, but zero are found. So it is mandatory. You can see here, person, it is taking three things, name, age, and gender. String name, int age, and string gender. So these are required here. So we can also pass values to these variable using constructors. Same with the guest constructor, we can use this. Okay. And same we have done here. Now let's come to the static. For now, you can see here these three or in the sample class. This is the variable of this object. We can use this thing with the this using this object. For example, detail about simple class 1, sample. You can see here, I can use the about this class on the object of simple class variable. I can use about this class, this variable using object of this simple class. But let's suppose if I define this, or I can, if I just write another value, more about this class. This is more about simple class. So you can see here, I have also defined it. So if I also want here, I can simply use sample one dot more about this class. But if I write here static final, this things makes a magic. This saying the static getter, this can't be accessed through instance means object. Instance is also known as object. So this can't be accessed using this object. So what static made, it says it is directly the variable of this class, not the object of this class. This is the direct variable of this class. So using the name of class, simple class, I can use this value. Simple class dot. You can see here more about this class. So this is the static keyword. And here we can also use const. So both are same for now. So it's now turn for you. So who will make a similar class which I have already created.